Okay, so the goal is to create self-managing, self-organizing, autonomous, high-performing agile teams. But let's face it, there's some serious barriers to making that happen. For example, lack of trust amongst team members, the inability to be authentic and bring your true self to work, and of course, fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of what might happen next, so much fear. So lack of trust, fear, not being authentic, these are just a few of the barriers that can prevent teams from getting past that forming and storming onto norming and performing, and high performing is the goal. So what can we do? Well, I propose that we leverage principles from the DE&I space. See, diversity, equity, and inclusion is all about creating inclusive work environments. And if you have a diverse group of team members that are maybe gender, different ethnically or racially, culturally, even personality-wise can take a team down. If they're not able to communicate with each other, they certainly can't be high performing. So where do you start? Focus on communication, active listening and talking to someone who is different than you, someone who has a different lived experience than you do. In order to even begin to understand that person's different experience, you have to have an exploratory conversation. You have to actually sit down and find out where they went to school, where they grew up. I can't tell you how many times I've worked with individuals and I didn't even know they had children, let alone young kids in their house. You just never know what's going on in someone's personal life, but it absolutely impacts their work. So how do you begin to have those types of personal conversations in a safe environment? Well, I say start with attitude. I mean, there's no point in having an exploratory conversation with someone if you're not going to really listen to them. So how do you start? By listening. How do you even know if you're listening correctly? Start with your body language. See, I know that when I'm not happy and I have a coworker that I'm in a disagreement with, I'll often cross my arms, probably my legs, I'll sit back, and I'm just waiting to pounce. I'm waiting for the moment that they stop talking so I can get my argument in. If you're having an exploratory conversation, you're in open, active listening mode. So uncross your arms, uncross your legs, and lean forward. Really listen to what they're saying. It's the way to get to those high-functioning, high-performing teams.